For some of these songs, but first I'm going to read a poem that I recently wrote on the 4th of July, and it seemed kind of prescient for the events or the vibe that would surround everyone the coming days after that day. I write this from that which could be a mansion in another's eyes. I planned on writing this, for such a time calls for words to be cast down into the ground. It seems like no one could call me completely frozen, even those who feel I'm not heard from in the actual call of the chorus's loudest voice, as the sun shines on crates and so many grip to the thread of wood after all this mindless effort that results in our breath. Every person who has the ability to see that they've been thrown into this plight, asking, listen to the voices of the clothes on the clothesline. Do they speak of our indecision, or do they speak of the fire that, unlike a revelation, does consume the bush? Although there is breath, there is fire, there is a life, a light still. In listening, we hear the gripping. We hear the starting of a motor long since suppressed, and it has been started before. We know that from the sound it makes. Some are left skating around a frozen lake, thankful for the moment. Some stand confined in the yard under an oppressive sun. We know the words, but wonder if the lesson is being changed. We know the crucial breath, but we know we didn't have to be in this mess. To be alive in this very point, this very solstice, is to witness the uncertainty, as though we know the drawbridge will let us pass through the familiar route with standards both lowered and higher. And yet, we have seen the way partially folded, the drawbridge points to the mysterious sky, as though we could be held up to the oblivion that may better receive the sweat, the attachments of kin and its other. We've wandered this far, and may always find that we've been changed forever, and we are baptized in finding this out, burning but still standing. This next song is called Sandra Day O'Connor and Me. In the king's castle, I wrote a letter to the wind, and I could see its imprints on my hand. In the queen's courtyard, I let my hair down saw-locked, and I could see the starry sky inside a funnel not alone. I would enter, and I would see no reason for to wish the dark away. If you wonder, let your questions be forgiven in their own display. Every nightfall, there's an airplane in the wand that once was mine, but now it's yours and ours. And to think that we are simply keepers of all the sky's charms and all its harm. Aging body felt inside a rainbow that left its mark on me. Intuition built upon the highway that lives beside the sea. Inside of yourself, and the cobwebs, they are in the trees. If you falter, you will always be new. I went walking through the crowded street, and I saw the dancing image of a figure that was held with weights upon a bed. And when it would speak, this is what it said. All the finite things are at your door tonight, and they are not to be looked at in the light, for you hold a special power in your midst, to behold the sacred emptiness that lives. Uvula, I thought I told you to take out the garbage. Well, I thought of doing that, but it's raining. Uvula, it's not raining anymore. Might let up a little bit, but I know it's going to rain a little bit more. Uvula, it doesn't take too long. I did the trash I don't know how many times this month, and it was all your poop and banana peels. Well, I appreciate that, but I just don't like the rain. It might drizzle a tiny bit, and I just can't deal with it. Well, you know, I didn't even have time this month to get any sushi or any other essentials, but I guess I'll just use this plastic bag here. Some might say that I've never known love, but I can see 2 twigs on the ground, and ain't that something? Some might say I'm barred from the above, in a cubicle, not a chariot, but ain't that something? Get me into a wooded area, as the sun goes down, I'll whisper to something solid, or if it's not a solid thing, I will still feel my life coil around me, opening an arc before my eyes. Well, some might say the sky is an illusion, that we're propped up, sheltered, but ain't that something? Some might say that we've wasted our time, touching the shards of a dream, but ain't that something? Musical chairs is the divine's favorite game to play, even with cannons and groans in the distance. I'll let my words be cast upon the shelf, even though I know not what presence will pick up on them. Well, some might say that I've turned the corner one too many times, the story dizzying in its path, but ain't that something? Some might say that like a sperm, a sentiment dies in midair, but ain't that something? Somebody told me that I was engulfed in a swipe of ease. I wasn't warned, but I could see the flowers and flames that beckoned. And I wasn't scared, but I could see everywhere. This is the version of that famous story that can be told, but in the truth I was not very cautious and not very bold. But I could still find the sky, and it would roll until I would see all of the people who gathered in droves but could could say what I could do if I could, if I would. Now I know I'll just stand here in spite of the burden of their curiosity. It was fire, but I will be faithful to you. The story is like chalk on a blackboard. The emanations like shards that come together without explanation. A thought reared its head and said, I am winter, I am a storm. Another thought reared its head and said, I am just thin enough to look like a lie. The third one came forth as a beacon, the only one that we can see, though it will not be the last. The one after that, a recognition that though this is not the truth, that it may not be the truth, it is the only light. Oh, this procession from silent vertigo to feet walking straight and back again to the unbalanced. Wherever we are starlit and ongoing. The next song is a very new song called The Transfiguration of Angels. The transfiguration of angels, the remnant of a question. Was that moment at Sinai just another step in the road? The tidal wave that keeps you in motion, the mercy imposed in public. Can you tell a straight answer from a compromise imposed on the load? And if you could dance upon the outer rim, could you still swim through all the same demands? And if you could dance upon the outer rim, would you still swim through all the same demands? The transfiguration of angels, the remnant of a question. Was that moment at Sinai just another step in the road? This next song is my final song. I'm gonna have my friend Spooky Moon come up and provide percussion. And the thing about this song is that it's kind of a call and response song. It's called Everyone's Crotch Looks Like a Thesis Statement. And after every first line in the verse, everyone like says, can't hold a candle to it, can't hold a candle to it. And after every second line, it goes like, every other line, it goes, can't hold a candle to them, can't hold a candle to them. And back again, the next line says, can't hold a candle to it. And then but except on the chorus where it's just like, the alchemy enema's the one I like. Okay, but here goes. So, wait a second. So, sexiest thing alive. Oh, start over again. Alright. The sign that something has been through a process is the sexiest thing alive. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
I said the sign that something has been through a process is the sexiest thing alive. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
Well, the boxing match was held on top of the runes. Dissertations made of pubes. And the prettiest comet that you've ever seen had pretty little hairs poking out of its jeans. But it gets so very hard when you don't know what to do. Even with a crate of honey, little enemas too. But if you search around the field when it's already dawn, you'll find special creatures mingling with the fawn. The alchemy enema's the one I like. I can see the strange at sunset and I don't even bite. Yeah, the alchemy enema's the one I like. I can see the strange at sunset and I don't even bite. You look over at me and say, Tikkun, Tikkun. Well, I've seen the shapes of perseverance rolling the moon. But the pounding of a rickroll is a phantom glare. So I need to draw circles in the folds of your hair. We watch the tide, and it's always the same. Even parking violations can't remember your name. But if you search around the field of a brick and a bat, there's one ancient agent that's where it's at. The alchemy enema's the one I like. I can see the stringent sunset and I don't even bike. Yeah, the alchemy enema's the one I like. I can see the stringent sunset and I don't even bike. And if you think that the moral of this story is botched, then take a gander at everyone's crotch. I guess Mandala Sign is up next. Thanks for coming out and watching the show, everyone.